Welcome back. Welcome back. So this is the second part video of the day. Today I would like to take some time to talk about some DeFi projects that I have been following that I really like. Um, and also try to talk a little bit about how they seem to work under the hood. Um, Next to this, we'd also like to cover something that happened actually twice already on the Binance Smart Chain, and it's important to be aware of these things if you want to dive into DeFi. So yeah, let's roll some intro and let's dive in. All right, welcome back. So here's the first part of the video. This is the first thing that I wanted to talk about. Um, DeFi. What is DeFi? Because DeFi has started on Ethereum, but in my opinion, it never got the chance to really thrive and evolve into what it should be. Just because of those incredibly insane high transaction fees. And that's been the Achilles heel for Ethereum in my book. This is why I never took the time to really dive in deeper into DeFi, although I always felt very strongly about the potential for DeFi. Now, what I want to talk about here is Bdollar, BDO. It's one of the projects that I find very interesting because of the mechanics that are lying behind it, the possibilities that it opens, and the way the team has actually used the potential for liquidity pools and all these things to actually form a decentralized, complete, autonomous banking entity. Of course, we will look over a few numbers and stuff. I'm pretty sure that you have been looking at a few numbers and you've been saying you'll be saying to you'll be telling yourself like, what the hell is this guy talking about? Is he crazy? This does not look like what it should look like. And I totally agree. But bear with me. This is a product that is still in its launching phase, and it's not like just writing a program, turning it on, and just watching it do its thing. It needs the community. It needs a lot of air to inflate this mattress, if you will. So the idea is this is a an algorithmic multi-peg stable coin. So what the idea is that they are using multiple coins to be pegged to their pair. Like you have BDO, the B dollar should be pegged to the US dollar. Dot speaks for itself. Euro, uni, gold, the Japanese yen, and Doge. So the way this works is not that the way that USDT is working. Tether USD is actually really backed by actual dollars. So for every token bought is a dollar received. Over here, we are actually talking about algorithmic stable coins. Then we are talking about other coins like DAI, who have a completely different system. It's also an algorithmic stable coin, but again, this one has a collateral because for every DAI created, an equivalence of coin has to be locked up. Um, Over here, what we are actually seeing is a system that incentivizes the people to create to keep and to hold the coin as close to the peg as possible. And this is why right now, of course, we are absolutely completely far away from the pegs. Only Japanese yen is close to it, but it's only the beginning. You have to see this as an inflatable mattress, and more capital, more liquidity needs to flow in to get everything completely inflated up to speed. Right now, also, we are seeing crazy returns on liquidity pools and staking. And I will tell you how this works. So how does the system incentivize you? There are two different kind of rewards that you can be yield farming for. So you have the multi-peg banks, where the idea is that you are putting liquidity and trying to get, or receiving, not trying to get, receiving some assets as a reward. So for instance, you could be staking BP dot with BDO in a liquidity pool and get an annual reward, a return of 240%. So this does, you don't have to hold it for a year. This every minute, every block, every time something happens, you will see this your reward rack up. It's just as live as it gets. So okay, this is a nice pair. Let's look at Doge. Doge over here. This is one of the crazier ones. You get the BP Euro and Bdollar pair sitting at 758% annual return. So on a daily basis, you could be making 2% off of your invested money, which is awesome. Same thing for the Japanese yen and the P-dollar. With Doge as a reward, you would be looking at 1,086% annual return. So crazy numbers. So what happens is, if you are, let's imagine that the system is completely up and running, completely filled up, fueled and tanked, and we are hovering around the pegged values. For instance, like the Japanese yen. What you could do is actually be farming or yield farming whatever gives Japanese yen as a reward, and then dump the yen on the market so that you will be pushing the price down and taking your profits into something differently. Okay, so in the meanwhile, while you're doing this, you're making profit and you're helping the system peg back down. Now, on the other hand, if we are looking at the other tokens that are actually completely down to shit, they're horrible. They're looking like crap. What you want to do is you can use these and get rewards in SBDO. SBDO is the share token, and this is what I like to call the collateral. So as soon as let's not jump the gun. So let's go step by step. So what you can do is you have the Japanese yen BDO pair over here, same thing. It offers a return of 1,130% annually. You can use your earned SBDO, sell them, and then go back on the market and buy up more of the coins that are actually sitting really low. So this offers you a double potential, a double reward system that will always give you extra liquidity to help actually stabilize the market in that way. Now you'll be asking me like, okay, yeah, but there are some other coins that are doing this. They're all pegged stable coins, and it never really worked because the system is easily abused, right? Now over here with the multi-pegged coins, what I really like is actually that there is never going to be a complete equilibrium. There's always going to be a little bit of friction from one side to the other, so that will always need people yield farming and using their yields to help put pressure in the right direction. Now, of course, this is a community-driven project. Don't forget this. If the community really doesn't want this project to succeed, then, hell be bent, but it will not succeed. But I do see a lot of potential. Now, over here right now, I was talking about the possibilities of how you can profit from this. Now, there are some other things that are also very necessary on the blockchain. Let's look at the next project that they added. They added a lending platform. So over here, we do have a few coins that they have. They're all their local coins and the coins that they are paired with on PancakeSwap, because they also need their exit currency. Um, so all these coins, you can either put them down as a collateral so that you can take loans out of the system. Let's say, for instance, you do have a lot of SBDO, or you do have a lot of BDO, or God knows what, but you don't want to let them go. What you want to do is actually have something completely different and use it because you see an opportunity. Well, over here with this lending system, you could actually do that. Now, the thing is, if your loan, if the token that you've loaned actually started rising in value, so that what you took out actually is worth a lot more than the collateral that you have been giving, then after I think 7 or 8%, your position will be liquidated. You keep the tokens that you have lent, and your collateral, or the portion that is used as a collateral, will be forfeit. Of course, on the other hand, if the token that you have taken as a loan depreciates that much, then the question is, do you even want to give it back? But yeah, it gives a lot of opportunities. It's opening a complete other way of doing finance, and all this thanks to DeFi. So for Bdollar, I'm really putting my hat off. I'm very big. I'm a very big fan of this project. They have been through some ups and downs, and talking about ups and downs, and this is my segue into the next part of my story about this. The last down that they have had was due to their partnership with Value DeFi. So just like on Ethereum, you have Uniswap that is a liquidity provider where you can stake pairs, and then you use those liquidity tokens. You can stake them into a farm like Dollar, or there are some other farms where you get some redirected yield, and usually you get a higher return if you stake your liquidity tokens into a farm rather than just having them provide their liquidity and receiving the fee for the transactions alone. So Value DeFi is one of these liquidity pool providers on the Binance Smart Chain, and they already have been hacked once in March, and now, of course, there was another exploit, another flaw in their coding that has been exploited. So basically, what has happened is that, long story short, they used a protocol that is forked from Uniswap. Okay, Uniswap is actually supporting only 50-50 ratio pools. So that means if you want to stake liquidity tokens, you need to set an equal amount of value tokens on both sides for this to confirm. Now, they have added on VSwap, they have added support for non 50-50 ratio pools. So the problem was that they used a weak a weak approach to open this possibility, and this is what has been exploited. So yeah, that there is a lot of talk about this incident because basically it shows a lot of incompetence on behalf of the developers of VSwap. Honestly, now of course let's go to value DeFi because that's the one that they are after. Let's have a look at the documentation, and this is value DeFi. Now I can't really seem to find where they have been audited or whether they have been audited. And this is what you want to be looking for if you want to know in DeFi, especially on the Binance chain, if you are actually in the clear zone or not, if this is safe to use or not. So going back to Bdollar has been audited by Certic. They have also been nominated as one of the as one of the most interesting projects on the Binance Smart Chain. So yeah, I really stand behind this. I see a lot of potential for this. Now, I've completely lost my thread of thought. Where was I going with this? Okay, so yeah, I found it. We're back at it. So the solution right now that BDO is going to propose is actually moving forward with the evolution of their project, and this is where the big changes are going to happen. They are going to be introducing their own decentralized exchange. So really looking like a real decentralized exchange. They're also going to be making their own liquidity pools. They are going to be providing a lot of other services, introducing a burn system for BDO to more actively be able to recontrol the pegging of the dollar. So, you know, like if you are looking for an opportunity anywhere right now, I think this is one you really want looking. Um, of course, in the beginning, it's going to be a little bit shaky, but all in all, you know, it's not really that hard to understand and to follow. It took me like, I don't know, half an hour to get my MetaMask set up because you're gonna have to do this, and then afterwards, it's just like using any other Bitcoin or chain protocol or exchange. It's just as now this whole story has a silver lining. A lot of people have a little bit of reluctance when we're talking about Binance Smart Chain because they do claim that the Binance Smart Chain is not as decentralized as Ethereum. And you know, on one hand, I have to agree because it's not an Ethereum smart chain. It's not being run by miners all around the globe. It's a little bit more like a mix between EOS and Ethereum, but a healthy, weighted mix. So what we do have is 21 block producers. And they are being elected by uptime. So block producers who are not up or are less or more flaky in their uptime are going to be set down the line and favored a lot less. So same thing, 21 block producers. They do have a lot more of transaction speed just because there is less time for the entire network to propagate, blocks to propagate. So this is good, and it also makes sure to keep the fees a lot lower. The big thing that we don't have, the big problem that is actually with EOS is that you don't need to pay for your RAM. You don't need to pay for your mileage and usage on the blockchain. I know using EOS is basically free, but leaving tokens, leaving things somewhere on the blockchain, you are going to have to pay your RAM space. And I'm starting to feel that that working with DeFi is going to cost you quite some RAM on EOS. So, but yeah, of course, nothing is said and done. But those are a few things that make me think about, how to apply DeFi protocols to other blockchains. The deeper I dive into it, the more I am interested because it's a really it's an interesting topic, and I think it's going to be a game changer. So now let's finish this story. Long story short, because this is run on Binance Smart Chain, Binance has been able, CZ from Binance has been able to block the address of, yeah, here, the address of the attacker, and all funds are being held in this address. So this is a really cool thing. This is an upside, of course, to being on the Binance Smart Chain, because if this would have been on Ethereum, for say, they already tried to stop a hacker and dial back the system, and they ended up forking and creating Ethereum Classic. So yeah, on Ethereum, I don't think this is ever gonna be done again. So yeah, let's see how this evolves. I will keep you guys updated. Remember, have a look at Bdollar.fi. I really think you should at least have a look at this project and be on board. If this is something you might find interesting, because day trading is fun, and I totally enjoy doing this, but I won't be able to go full time if I'm not able to find a way to get like a at least a minimum recurring income. So yeah, working on this, I think DeFi offers the perfect balance opportunity to, on the one side, have some recurring income, and then on the other side, have your portfolios and trading wallets that you use, and you make money, Awesome. Is it a series of droughts, and is it like now a period that you don't really feel like trading? At least you have something to fall back on and become really financially independent. So I'm gonna wrap this up. If I find more things to talk about, I will be sure to post them. In the meanwhile, guys, thank you for watching. Please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Let's blow this channel somewhere off to the moon. I'm doing a lot of effort for you guys, and I'm enjoying this. But yeah, ultimately, you want to be going somewhere. So yeah, let's see each other on the flip side. Thank you very much for watching, and say goodbye.